Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to the Castle of Confusion. Phase with us now, for this is the time for Knightmare on the Commodore 64. If you recognise those opening words, then you were definitely one of the dedicated followers of ITV's cult role-playing TV game, Knightmare.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to the Castle of Confusion.
The first Knightmare game was written by developers MD Software and published by Activision in 1987. Adapted from the brilliant series, Knightmare the game enabled you to take up the challenge to become the knight,
Can you turn left slightly?
with the aim being to explore, survive and escape the dungeon.
If you can see it. Just walk straight forwards then. Turn right slightly.
You
Walk
appear
straight
to be
forwards.
viewing the rooms
Okay.
like pages in a book, which is a nice touch admittedly. Every time you move from room to room, the page turns to show you the next scene. But was the actual game any good though? The beginning of the game, you're placed into one of the castle dungeons by Tregard. A curious mix of adventure and arcade-style action. You begin the game as the bloke in the full facial helmet, complete with a pair of horns, wandering around the dungeons of Damonia Castle. Commands other than movement are achieved from the keyboard, whereby single key presses represent the verbs and nouns of certain commands. I found all of this very confusing back when I was a kid, but now I've actually read the manual, it's not as headachy as it first seemed. Still, trying to figure out how to even leave the first room was a nightmare back then, so it was definitely aptly named. Yep, give the old boy food and water and he'll give you a spade to dig under the door. Not very logical, and I spent ages trying to get through that bloomin' room back in the day. In fact, this could be frustratingly hard to play throughout, with its contrived gameplay and apparently illogical puzzles. Although graphically it is very good with the nice backgrounds, and various disembodied heads that appear to give you advice and ask riddles, all very nicely represented. The sprites on the other hand do tend to shuffle around a bit in a disinterested fashion. To the right of the screen you see a large flickering candle which gradually burns down, and this represents your life force. Who remembers the life force meter from the TV programme? Jesus, could they have created something less sinister? Was pretty scary for a kid. Thankfully, in the game, it's only a candle, but should you encounter anything nasty, then it'll burn down fast, and once the wick is completely burnt out, well, you die, and your quest is terminated. But let's not lose hope yet. Like I said earlier, your objective is to escape the castle and find and collect the items dotted throughout. Along your journey, you will encounter magical creatures who set riddles that must be answered correctly for safe passage. I really enjoyed these parts of the game, but failure to answer within a time limit or selecting the wrong response resulted in death. A bit harsh. This all may sound pretty off-putting, but the text input consists of only 2 words, both chosen from short lists of available options. As for attacking enemies, well, if you enter the same room multiple times, monsters will appear. So pick up whatever weapon is available and hammer the fire button like mad until the adversary sinks into the ground.
Ooh, nasty.
4 years after this came out on the Commodore 64, Mindscape released an entirely different game based on the show, also called Knightmare, for the Amiga. Looks promising. Nice little intro with the music from the TV show. Oh, it's another Dungeon Master type game. Now we're talking. I think this will probably deserve its own review to be fair. I love the dungeon crawler role-playing games of the 80s, so I could definitely get into this. Back to the Commodore 64 version however, well, I'm sure that arcade adventurers everywhere should find Knightmare a thoroughly enjoyable game. Especially as now you won't get yourself stuck in the first room, like 80% of us lot did back in the day. Give it a try at least, but I'm not sure how long it will hold your attention, especially due to the difficulty. If you have the patience though, it should be quite rewarding. Thanks for watching guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know your thoughts and experiences with Knightmare on the Commodore 64. Have you played the Amiga version, and is it worth getting into? I honestly never had that as a kid, so I'm definitely keen to know what others thought of it. If you're enjoying the nostalgia, then stick around and maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. There's more videos on the way. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.
Join us again for Knightmare. And just keep telling yourself, it's only a game, isn't it?
Ha 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 ha!